So I just put the cartoon back in and I've drawn around the sun and the little fluffy clouds, and I'm quite close to the warp at this side, but I'm just going to probably make the cloud a bit smaller so that we don't work on the last warp and make it even more complex. And what I've done, I was just looking at the sea skies, and in this instance I'm not quite liking the tone like I did on the last piece we did, because we've gone quite dark green here. So what I'm going to try is brought in the aqua number 1 again, which we had down here, and I'm going to use this against the green of the sea instead of the sea sky number 1 before we move up, because I want the greenish tone to be in it, or else it might look a bit strange. So again, using a colour I know you've hopefully got, I'm just using my small needle, and I'm going to come in from the left hand side and make a start, and let's see how this looks, just with that not quite so fresh looking blue, and it might tie the sky and the sea together a little bit more as well. Let's see how this looks. With a bit, like I say, if it was just me working, I'd have all my range of colours to play with, but I'm trying to be very mindful of what colours we have at this stage. Let's see what this looks like. Might work, it might not. What do we think? I think I like it so far. Oh, I've just put a heater on by my feet. I'm starting to thaw a little bit. It was getting a bit chilly. Next to my single pane window that I'm working in, it is freezing. Wait till summer, I'll be complaining about it being too hot, and I'll be hanging out the window. Right, yeah, I'm liking that. So, just made that subtle shift of going for a more greeny blue, because we put the green in the sea, and I think you would have a bit of reflection, wouldn't you, into the sky of what was happening in the sea. It would tie in a little bit. What I might do, let's just see. So the next jump up, if we do it, I might just stick with this flat colour for a while. We could mix those two, or we could, we could do a mix of the two similar to the sea sky number 1 and the aqua number 1, and bring those two together just for a little bit of really gentle change in colour shift. I think that could be quite nice. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to keep going backwards and forwards with the aqua number 1 until we hit the top. I think the top of the hill is just below the sun. So just checking. Yeah, I came in from the left, and we're not going to have an issue with, I think we're all in the same shed up above the hill, so I don't think it's going to be an issue. So I'm just going to carry on. I'm going to get another weft bundle of the aqua, and I'll keep going until we get to the top of the hill, and I'll come back. I'm just rejoining. I've got to this side, and I'm now level with the top of the hill, and I'm going to come all the way back across and stop at the top of the hill. I just wanted to join you here. And then we can lock that hill down and keep it in place. And we can't go any further because we have to start at the bottom and work up to meet it. So I am going to keep this long just in case, just lock it through. So I'm not cutting it off just yet in case we want to make any changes, or I might use it and start coming back up here, but I'm just going to put it to one side for now, just have it behind the loom out of the way, because I think we've pretty much hit the bottom of the sun. So I've really liked doing the aqua instead, to show you. I think that's worked much better. It ties it all in a lot nicer. I'm not sure I'm going to bring the sea sky in. I don't know. I think I'm just going to start with some more aqua here. Go a little bit higher. Then we can always, we've got space, we're going to go quite a bit higher yet on the sky. So I don't have to worry about that too much just yet. So I'm just prepping some more aqua. So I'm doing 4 strands again of aqua number 1. And what we've got to do is right between the 2 hills. Right. So, what have we got? I'm just looking. I think that's below everything else. Or is it next to? See, it's not always obvious. I think those 2 are next to each other. So I'm going to come in with these 2, and if they're not, and as it packs down, I've got a feeling I want to just put an extra one above that one, because I see there's a bit of a gap on the warp. So, and even if you put an extra one in, I'd rather put an extra row in than not, if that makes sense, because if I just go straight to there, I think we're going to have a bit of a gap in the warp. So, I'm coming under here, and I'm not going to worry about which direction. I'm just going to try it, coming in from the right to left. And then the pigtail has to obviously wrap behind. And that classes as 1 row, just the pigtail itself is 1 row. Does that make sense? And then we come in front of this one, over the one we've just done, and under this one. Does that make sense? What I'll do is I'll do it again. Just go over that bit because it's the first time we've done this. So I'm going to come in over this one, but it's just going to be a pigtail that's classed as the first one. So under, wrap the pigtail through. So zoom right in on this one, and then we're going to go over the next one to the left, come back over the top of the pigtail, the exposed warp, and come back under the one to the other side. And then come back over, and we might get into warp trouble, but let's just see how we go. Oh, I'm getting lovely and toasty by this heater. Right, same again, just keep going side to side. And we've already met the blue on the other side. So we've met this, we're just about to meet this, come around the back of the one next to it, and go across to this one. So we're already now level. So, let's see what's happened. And we're not in the same shed, and that's fine. Let's see what we're doing at this side. I don't know yet. What are we to do? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back across, come under 2, and we're basically putting an extra row of blue in to correct what's going on next to us here. Again, this is getting really tricky when you're looking at sheds, but I do go over this in the beginners class. But what I've done immediately, and so you can put extra bits of weft in, it doesn't matter. I've now left it so we've got alternate warps, exposed warps are all now in the same shed. So that whole piece of work now is in the same shed. Now we still could have an issue with this one, but we'll see where we get to nearer the time. What I'm going to do now is, that was that one, so I'm going to cut that one off. We left that one, didn't we? I'm going to cut that one off because that's now, we don't want anything to do with that one. Let's think about what we're going to do. So our options are, at this stage, now we could start working on the sun. You'd think, oh, I'll do the sun now, but we can't because we have to do this foundation first, and this foundation too. So I'm just looking at these warps. This is definitely going to be an issue, so I'm just debating which way to come in from. I think I'm going to start from this side and we'll see what happens at this side. But I'm going to start coming in. We're going to start working up this side here. And then we also need to go and fill in that side. And then we can start doing the sun. A little bit fiddly. But this is tapestry for you when you start bringing in shapes. So I'm going to come in. I think what I'm going to do, see if I can correct this shed. I can see there's going to be a shed issue here. I think I'm going to come in from, if I come in from that side, I'm just overthinking it on camera because this is what I do. It's a bit hard to wrap my head around. Now I'm going to come in from this side, and what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, leave 4 at the base of a circle, because I know that you leave roughly 4 at the base of a circle. It's more flat than you think at the bottom. It doesn't come to a point because you're going to create a triangle. You have to give a circle a flat base, and I really wish I had one to hand to show you. So I'm going to leave 4 and come in from this side. So we've got the base of the circle already. And just come along here and let's just see where we get to. So we're definitely in the wrong shed. I kind of wish I'd gone up in ones now, but this is keeping it real. Right, so fine now. We've put in quite a lot of extra weft on this side, put an extra 2 at this side as well. So I've put an extra 1 in here to meet that other bit of gold. This really probably is not going to make sense, and I really apologise for this. But if in doubt, stick an extra row of weft in, because now we've got 2 again, 2 blues against 1 of the browns. We now have corrected the shed. I'm really sorry this bit's a bit bitty, but if you've done my beginner's course, hopefully you're keeping up with me, and it doesn't matter we're putting extra rows of blue. But as soon as you jump up and you're not going in ones you don't have this problem. As soon as you go up in 2s or you leave 3 warps, you can get into shed difficulties. Okay, but by putting an extra of blue in again, we've now corrected that issue. So when I start again at this side, or I could start at this side, doesn't matter now. We know we can finish this area here. Does that make sense? If not, please let me know, and I'll try and discuss it again with you. Drop me a line. But I did cover shed difficulties. If I'm doing it by myself, I just kind of do it, but when I'm having to kind of find an issue and then teach it as well, I will get better at it. I will also, bear with me, I will get better at explaining it. I'm still quite new to teaching. But I do feel like I'm improving, so thank you for sticking with me. So, let's just maybe step away from that for a second. Let's come over to this side. Let's just park that. Let's come over here. So we'll start at this side. Let's do some work up here. So we're going to leave the 4 of the base, 4 warps at the base of the sun, and come in appropriately. I thought this bit was difficult, but I brought you a sun as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll leave those alone. And at the base of a circle, we'll have the 4, and then we normally step up 1, and then we normally do 2 on top of each other on the next warp. So 4 flat, come up 1, come up 2, then I think normally come up 3, and then we have quite a long stretch at the side where we're just working on top of each other because it packs down, and you end up with quite a squished flat sun. I know that from experience, but if you're not sure how it looks, get your loom and turn the sun or the circle on the side and see what it looks like from the side. If it looks really squished, which they can do, just add some more in at the side. Circles are very tricky. So this is a bit of a cheat by having some clouds in it, because it should soften them. So you can see we've done 4, then 1, and then we're going to do 2 on this one. And what you do obviously with the circle is whatever you do at this side, you should do at this side. You don't want a wonky circle. Right, so, and obviously in this one we're going to come up 3. And if in doubt, I'm just going to put this down a second. I'm just going to show you something you can do. Let me just get my circle templates. I can't quite remember exactly which one it was. Is it that one? You can do this, look. And that's a really good guide. Put that back over your warps and work to this as best you can. Yeah. And that so far is telling me that I need to come over again and come up. Actually, I'm going to have to do it like that. Yeah. I'm going to do 1 more on top of this one, not 3. 1 more. And then I'm going to try coming across, but keep this to hand and work off this as your guide. And also what I do sometimes is I might stop at this stage with the surrounding weft. Just take it back to the side. So I get to the same stage on both sides, which I think I'll do. I'll just pull the needle out, leave that there. Do the same on this side. Start putting the orange in and be guided by what the orange looks like as well. So rather than doing the whole of the outline, if you then filled it and it wasn't a perfect circle and it looks a bit ridiculous and a bit, you can't do anything about it at that stage. So let's just take it step by step. I'm just going to prep. I'm going to pause because I've been filming a long time again, and I'm going to come back with more blue and we'll bring it in here and do the same at this side, and then we'll bring in some orange.